to my channel. So if you're on this channel for the first time, welcome, welcome. Yeah, if this is not your first time on this channel, I am extremely grateful for you guys. You guys make my life sweet, literally. Okay, so today, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to fix your airbrush. Okay, so I bought my airbrush about 4 years ago, and I didn't have a lot of money, so I had to really squeeze to buy it. And then I used it once or twice, and then it just stopped working. There was nothing I didn't do. I watched all sorts of videos, I did all sorts of things, and it just wasn't working. And I didn't find this kind of airbrush. I found airbrush for professionals, those painters and stuff. It just wasn't doing, and I was really frustrated. And I lost the people that sold it to me. It will come on, the lights will come on, it will vibrate and everything, but it wasn't spraying. The color, the spray, the color, yes, was not coming out of the tip and stuff. And I tried everything, but it wasn't doing. And for more than 2 years after that, I didn't use it. I couldn't use it because it wasn't working. And I thought maybe it was spoiled, or they sold me a bad one. But no, guys, they didn't sell me a bad one. I just didn't know how to use it. Okay, so let me show you guys. This is the airbrush, this is the airbrush machine, and this is the plug, So when you plug it, when I plugged it, it will come on. This light comes on when you plug it. I don't know if I can reach the plug from here. Yes, I can. Let me show you guys. Come on, come on. When you plug it, this light comes on and it vibrates. But when I spray it, it vibrates like this. But when I press it down and spray it, it just wasn't coming out, And I didn't know what to do. For almost 2 years, I almost threw it away. So today, I'm going to show you guys how to fix that if your airbrush is not spraying paint, I'm going to show you how to. So the first thing you want to do, the first and the easiest thing is, if you're, I don't know what this thing is called. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a professional. I'm just helping you guys out. So if this thing here is too tight, it won't spray. So sometimes I remove it if the spray I'm trying to spray has really large particles. So when you remove it, this thing can really go backward and spray as much. So that force of which you're pulling it backward will make the spray, the paint come out even more. Let's say it's not coming out that much, it will make it come out even more. So try to unscrew this thing, this thing behind it. See what I'm saying? If you put it like this and push it back, it won't push backward. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing, really, because I'm really trying. But if you open it a little, it will push backward a little. If you open it even more, it will push backward more. If you remove it completely, it can push backward. This thing moves backwards. Do you see? That. So more whatever comes out. But if you try that and your paint still does not come out of the tip of your airbrush, let me show you what next to do. So remove this thing. There's this thing here, this guard. I don't know what it's called. So remove, there are two guards basically. There's this first one, This is the first one that if you remove this one, it won't paint. So check if this guard is at the tip. You don't want to see the pin of your airbrush. Do you understand? Let me remove this so I can spray it forward and backward. See, when you push it backward, this pin goes in. When you push it back outside, this pin comes out. So you don't want to be seeing this pin, because this is this thing that makes it guards the movement basically. So if this thing is not there, it's not going to spray. So you want to make sure this is there. So, and try, if it sprays, then it's working. And then if that's not working for you, the next thing you want to do is remove this one completely. There are two of them. So you can see the old pin and the mouse where kind of the tip of the pen. See? So take this and clean it. You can make sure your fingers are clean and then wipe it forward. That way to remove any particles at the tip of it, see? Just kind of wipe it forward. I don't know if you guys can see this. This thing, take it like this and wipe it. Clean your hand and wipe it forward. It takes away any dirt from the tip. Any dirt that's been clogged in here, or any dried color, it takes it out. So kind of do this to it and try if it works. If it still does not work, I'm going to show you what to do next after this. So close it back and try it. If it still does not work, I'm going to show you what to do. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is we're going to be using water. Let me find some water, The next thing you want to do is you want to use water, And then you want to put some water in your airbrush, Okay, I think you can kind of see some of my gold color that I sprayed. I didn't clean it well. If you don't clean your airbrush well, the dirt can kind of stick to the tip. So you want to put some water in it like this, and then turn it on. what we're trying to do is to unclog any like remnants of dirt inside that is like stuck in this tip. So make sure you put this thing back in and then put some water and then close this point. Yeah, use your finger to close this point and then drag it backward. That way, like, the air kind of bubbles out anything at the tip. I don't know if you can see that. It brings out any impurity that is at this tip. When you close this place, instead of the air coming out, it regurgitates backward and then it unclogs anything in the tip of your airbrush. See, it is bubbling. That's because the air can't go out. Normally the air should be able to come out like this. Yeah, because that's how you spray paint or water, whatever it is you put inside. So put water inside, cover this tip, and then try to spray it. Yeah, that way it unclogs everything at the tip. Yeah, yes. So that's the last and final. That's the second to last last tip I have for you guys. So the next thing and final thing you want to do is, sometimes it is not like maybe the airbrush is not working. It is that this pin in this middle is bent. If this pin is bent, it is not going to spray. And usually, like this pin that comes forward and backward, if it is bent or spoiled, let me take this away from here, it is not going to spray. Do you get? So what you want to do is to, usually when you buy an airbrush, this is the packet, yeah? There's a spare pin. I think this one has 2 spare pins inside. That's because they know that this pin might break or it might bend. So there are 2 spare pins inside. So what you want to do is to dismantle your airbrush, and this is how you dismantle it. You start from the bottom, yeah? And then take this out. So this is where the whatever is coming from. This is from the compressor. This is where the compressed air that pushes out your color is coming from. So you want to take that out, and then you want to open this from the bottom, yeah? So when you open that, then you want to open, there is another screw inside. Try to open it. What we're trying to do is to take out this pin and replace it with one of these ones. Let me open it so you guys can see. Ouch. Ow, ow, ow. What am I doing? Okay. It's kind of hard. But we're trying to replace that pin with this one in here. There are 2 pins inside here. And then there is a spare tip, yeah? So I'm going to show you guys how to remove that. So pull this out, like unscrew it. It depends on the make of your airbrush, basically. So when you unscrew it, this pin kind of comes out. My hand is kind of, my fingers are oily. Okay. See, this pin comes out when you unscrew this pin right here. Okay. So unscrew this, yeah? So there is a spring in the middle, so make sure this spring doesn't get missing. Make sure nothing drops off, basically. So take this and pull it out. Can you see the dirt at the tip? Look, of my airbrush. Can you see the dirt? This is what clogs your airbrush, basically, see? So sometimes this thing is not bent. All you have to do is clean it. So take like a wet napkin and like wipe it clean. Do you get? Wipe it completely clean, and then you can replace it and fit this back inside. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, all you have to do is remove this pin and replace it with one of the spare ones. See? Take out this spare one inside here and replace this pin with it, and it's going to be, because this one is new, it has no impurity, it has nothing clogged to it. And then you can put it back inside via the hole. Yeah? Yeah, via the hole. And then make sure none of these things drop. Look at this spring, yeah? And this screw, or is it bolts? Sorry, I'm not an engineer, I'm just, you know, trying to help you guys out. Then screw back inside. You have to make sure you screw it really tight, because if it is loose, this knob, I don't know what this thing is called, this trigger will be loose, and when you're trying to control the pressure of your airbrush, it won't, like, it will be loose and be like just weird. I don't know, weird. My language is very weird, I'm sorry guys. So yeah, see, make sure this trigger moves, so that way you know it's well fitted, and make sure it is really tight, yeah? And then what do you do next? Don't forget this one, yeah? This is what controls it. When you're moving it from medium to high to low, this is what controls it. So make sure you put this back in it, yeah? And then cover this back. I swear to God, your airbrush should be good to go, and I'm not even joking. Make sure, like, when you're trying to cover this place, like, it doesn't bend because it is very tricky. This part has to enter this middle. I don't know if you guys understand my language, but I hope this video was useful to you. And then cover this back. Cover this back, guys, and that's all you have to do. I'm sure, like, I swear to God, the airbrush will work, and I'm not joking. I think that nothing is wrong with this engine. I don't know how to fix this compressor. I'm sorry, I'm not an electrician. I think that nothing is wrong with this. It will definitely work, and I'm not kidding. Okay, so guys, and oh, I forgot to tell you guys something. Yeah, if you have an airbrush that has this lid, you can, some of it you can leave it open, but I watched online that there are some that if you leave out the lid, it will not spray because the covering itself creates like a space for the air inside to be compressed. Yeah, so try if you put on your lid if it works or if it doesn't work. But for me, I can leave out my lid and it still works fine. So thank you guys.